The maturity of the product management process varies widely across companies. If you look at a standard 5-stage maturity model, where the lowest stage is chaos and the highest, most mature stage is a fully optimized process, we estimate that about 75% of companies are still in stage 2 or 3. 1 in 5 companies are still at the very earliest stage. What elevates companies from stage 1 to stage 2 are the foundational elements of any good process. These foundational elements include consistent data management, as well as process automation and standardization. If you don't get those foundational things right, you'll never have a consistent process, and you'll never be able to get to effective decision making. Those efforts get you to stage 2. Getting beyond stage 2 and joining the 5% of companies that are leaders is all about the maturity of the decision making. So your early efforts are about getting the process right and the information right. The later efforts are about putting that information to use. There are 3 things manufacturing leaders are doing to gain the decision advantage. First, you have to understand the whole process. Oftentimes in product management, it's a very long-running process in an organization. This tends to encourage optimization of only parts of the process rather than the whole process. You end up sub-optimizing. So the first thing to do to improve decision-making in the process is to think about how the whole process would be optimized. The second thing is to understand it's really a multidisciplinary proposition. You need to put the information in the context of the individual that's going to use the information. What do I mean by that? Well, again, in the product management process, you have sales interests, you have marketing interests, engineering interests, quality, manufacturing, supply chain, etc. The decision-making process must involve people from all these functions in the organization to an appropriate extent if you are product-centric. The third thing, which is often overlooked, is what I call getting at the why. If I make a change in the product, I need to capture somewhere in the decision process why I made that change. Otherwise, you end up making the same mistakes from one product generation to the next. So the third thing to keep in mind as you're building a better decision engine is to think about not only creating the ability to take action, but also be able to capture the action you take and how effective they were. We do have some recommendations for companies wishing to take advantage of this opportunity. The first thing I would do is select good tools. There are tools that can help you assess your organization's own level of maturity, which we discussed earlier. Do an honest assessment of your own end-to-end process and take a hard look at how stable your product information management is and how good your process support is. The best way to do this really is to ask the people involved in the process. How much confidence do they have when they need to make a change, for example? If you're at least at that point, people trusting the information in the process, you're well on your way to creating a better decision environment and taking advantage of the things we talked about. Of course, it's not just about technology. Technology can be a tremendous catalyst for transformation, but you really need to think about the process change involved and, probably more importantly, the people or the organization. As I mentioned, these processes are historically long-running with many different functions involved. The silo busting that you'll have to go through to affect transformation is not unsubstantial. Probably the most important part of the undertaking is the people side. This includes not just the people in your own organization, but also those that assist in the product value chain, from key suppliers to influential customers. Contribution from all parts of the ecosystem is necessary to realize the benefits of a mature product decision process.